we serve these other guys, when we take our sons and give them to their daughters, take our sons and give them away to their daughters, take our daughters and give them away to their sons, we kindle the fire of the Lord. We kindle the anger of the Most High against us. This is why your neighborhood looks the way it looks.
Right.
This is why we strung out on drugs. This is why we homeless. This is why we don't have a pot to piss in. All the business that you see belong to the oppressor.
That's right.
Belong to other slave masters we had at some point in time.
Right.
This is why your sons worship begging.
Right.
But they don't love their own sisters that's done been through the same struggle they went through. We want to be everybody else except for ourselves.
Right.
Every being on the planet prefers his own, except for black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Everybody else prefer their own people. They prefer to be around their own race. They love their own. Dogs love other dogs. Cats love other cats. But not us. We love the oppressor. We love the ones that rape us. We love the ones that murder us. We love the ones that kill us, that oppress us, that have drained and sucked every resource that is out of our community.
Right.
That's what we love. That's what we want to be like. We think that it's wrong to be in this kind of way because of that lying Christian church. That church tell you that you shouldn't love your own before somebody else.
Right.
Let's find out if that's true. You got that from me? Okay.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 3. Neither shall thou make marriages with them.
We're not supposed to make marriages with the other nations. Marriages, if you don't know because you've been going to this church, because you've been listening to this oppressor, you think marriage is a piece of paper.
Right.
You think marriage is a piece of paper and you get permission from your slave master to marry somebody. That ain't marriage. Marriage is sex. So if you, I'm saying it again for you. Marriage is sex. If you lay down with them, that is marriage.
Right.
An agreement with another, a covenant that you make, that is a marriage. We've been told everything opposite from what this book says. This is why we don't take our relationship serious.
Right.
This is why we think that we can lay down with a woman can lay down with a man, and then you can leave him when you don't feel like being there anymore.
Right.
When the going get rough, you can go ahead and just get and leave and go through the door. And these lying Christian pastors have supported that.
Right.
But the Lord doesn't support that. Keep going.
Thy daughters thou shalt not give unto his son.
Your daughters, you're not supposed to give your daughters to their son. If you of another nation, if you part of this 12 tribe, if you black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, you're not supposed to give your daughter to the oppressor, to the Caucasian. Or Latino. You're not supposed to give your daughter to the oppressor. Simple as that. We've been taught that that's fine, that's all right. How are we going to build a community? How are we going to build a community if we giving our daughters away to the other nation? Keep going. It ain't just for the daughters. Let's go and find out.
Lord, his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
Your sons ain't supposed to take their daughter.
Right.
And they got that bad here in Virginia.
Right.
They got that real bad here in Virginia.
Right.
For Virginia to be ground zero for slavery, for this to be ground zero for slavery, you love the slave master's daughter. The blacks, Latinos, Native Indians, you love the slave master's daughter.
That's right.
Right. And they can't stand your guts.
Right.
Keep going.
For thou wilt turn away thy son from following me.
Everything in this Bible, every law that we have is for a specific reason. We think that we smarter than the Most High because of that church.
Right.
That church thinking that you know better than what the Most High put, what he said in place. But he says if you give your sons away to their daughters, and their daughters away to, and our daughters away to their sons, we're not gonna follow the Most High anymore.
That's right.
We're not gonna teach them what we're supposed to teach them. See, the Lord has a chosen people. The Lord got a holy people. That word holy means set apart.
Right.
That means you're not like everybody else. The Lord prefers us. We prefer the slave master.
Right.
The Lord chose us. We choose the oppressor.
Right.
Keep going.
That they may serve other gods.
That they may serve other gods. When you celebrating Christmas, you worshiping, you serving another God. You got dreads in your hair, you serving another God. You smoke weed every day, all day, you serving another God.
Right.
You smoking those cigarettes, you popping Molly, you aborting your babies, you serving another God.
Right.
Valentine's Day, you serving another God.
That's right.
4th of July, which is coming up, even though you was in chains, in damn chains for the 4th of July, 1776.
Right.
You're going to pop some fireworks, put your red, white, and blue on. You know why? Because you serving another God.
Right.
Keep going.
So will the anger of the Lord quit.
The what?
The anger.
Spell it.
A-N-G-E-R.
In that line, Christian church, we've been taught that God is all love.
Right.
God is all love. This homosexual, this white Christ with the blonde hair and the blue eyes, he gonna float down and give us all hugs and kisses. He's all love. But what you just read, brother?
So will the anger of the Lord will be kindled against you.
When we serve these other guys, when we take our sons and give them to their daughters, take our sons and give them away to their daughters, take our daughters and give them away to their sons, we kindle the fire of the Lord. We kindle the anger of the Most High against us. This is why your neighborhood look the way it looks.
Right.
This is why we strung out on drugs. This is why we homeless. This is why we don't have a pot to piss in. All the business that you see belong to the oppressor.
That's right.
Belong to other slave masters we had at some point in time.
Right.
This is why your sons worship begging.
Right.
But they don't love their own sisters that's done been through the same struggle they went through. We want to be everybody else except for ourselves.
Right.
Our daughters prostitute themselves out for the appeasement, for the love of some oppressor, some colonizer. OnlyFans.
And destroy these suddenly.
We have been destroyed. When you look around your neighborhood, we have been destroyed as a result of not following what the Most High told us to follow.
That's right.
Because we don't prefer one another. We prefer the slave master. We want to follow everybody else. Because we want to follow them, we are destroyed as a people. And it came suddenly. We didn't know that by going to these churches, listening to these line leaders, it was going to end up like this.
Right.
We didn't know that we were going to lose our sons to police brutality. They getting killed at traffic stops. We didn't know that we were going to lose our daughters. Our daughter was going to grow up and want to be men later on.
That's
we
right.
didn't know that our son was going to grow up and want to be a woman later on.
Right.
We didn't know by following these leaders, by doing everything adverse to what the Most High said, we didn't know that it was going to come about suddenly that we was going to be in this state. Keep going.
Verse 5. But thus shall ye deal with them. Ye shall destroy their altars.
The Most High said that when we came into contact with these other nations, this is how we were going to deal with them. It's nothing that we go through that we can't find a solution for inside of this Bible.
Right.
The problem is the church don't teach you what's inside that Bible. That mosque doesn't teach you what's inside that Bible. America's gonna teach you what's good for America.
Right.
They gonna teach you what's good for the oppressor.
Right.
But we gotta set a law, statute, and commandment that we supposed to follow.
That's right.
This Bible that the Lord gave us, these laws, statutes, and commandments that the Lord gave us, that's what's gonna save us. Keep going.
And write down their images.
We weren't supposed to celebrate or worship these other people, these other nations. We weren't supposed to worship Christmas, worship Valentine's Day,
Right.
Thanksgiving. We were supposed to know that that wasn't what the Lord gave us, so we shouldn't follow those things.
That's
Keep
right.
going. Read again.
And break down their images.
What are their images that we supposed to break down? These are boys here. That's that image.
That's right.
That's that image we supposed to break down.
Right.
That Christmas tree.
Right.
That's that image. That's that altar we supposed to break down. Halloween. That's the altar we supposed to break down. Allah. Those are the images. That's the altar we supposed to break down.
That's right.
We're not supposed to take those images, those altars, those customs. We're not supposed to follow those nations.
Right.
The Most High told us what to follow. But because we prefer everybody else, because we internalize our own racism against ourselves,
Right.
we don't love one another, we follow everybody else. We worship their images. We worship at their altars. Keep going.
And cut down their groves.
The Lord gave us a commandment physically that when we went into that land to break down those altars. He didn't even want us to leave it up so we could get tempted by it.
Right.
He didn't want He didn't even want you to think or begin to think that it was all right, that it was acceptable for you to worship any other God before the Most High.
That's right.
Any other custom, any other culture before the Most High. We have a heritage and a culture. Instead, we take the heritage and the culture of this oppressor, of America. And this is why we suffer. Keep going.
And cut down their groves and burn their graven image with fire.
And then he was telling us not to follow none of those images, break those images down physically when we were going into the land. But now we got to break down and tear those altars down spiritually. You can't worship Christmas and then say that you love the Lord. Like the priest and officer brought out earlier. You say you know the Lord, but you worship in Christmas. You a liar. You say you know the Lord, but you celebrate Valentine's Day. Oh, it don't matter. You a liar.
Right.
We got to break down those images, tear down those altars spiritually now.
Right.
You got to take it to something that's inside your mind and your heart. You got to learn these laws, statutes, and commandments. You can't do that in that church. You got to come to the Israelite school or universal prophet for knowledge. Learn from the priests and prophets that the Lord has sent. Keep going.
Verse 6. For thou art holy people.
The Lord teaches you the church teaches you to accept all of these wicked holidays, all of these other gods. They lie and tell you that that's the house of the Lord. So if that's the house of the Lord, why they celebrate Christmas?
Right.
Why they worship another God in that? That's the house of the Lord.
Right.
If it's the house of the Lord, why they celebrate New Year, Mother's Day, Father's Day, 4th of July, Veterans Day, birthdays? If it's the house of the Lord, how all these other gods come before the Lord?
Right.
How all these other gods come before the Most High? Because it's not the house of the Lord. Why they don't teach you the Lord's holy, the high holy days? Passover, Feast of Tabernacles, Feast of First Fruits. Why you don't know none of these? I don't know no church, a Baptist church, any church that celebrates the Passover. Christ celebrates the Passover. Why you don't celebrate? That's right. Christ didn't celebrate no Christmas. Christ didn't celebrate Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's Day, Halloween, or his birthday, or Easter.
That's right.
Keep going. Actually, start that verse from the top. Start 6 from the top.
Verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
For thou art an holy people. That word holy got a definition. That word holy got a meaning. The word holy means separate. The word holy means set apart. The word holy means special. We're special people. You've been taught that God loves everybody. I just read you that God, he has a special people. We got a holy people. He prefers a nation of people.
That's right.
So why you don't prefer your own nation?
Right.
Why you don't love your own nation first before anybody else?
That's so. People.
Until the Lord thy God. You're going to find possessive pronouns all throughout this Bible. The Lord is our God. We are his children. We are a special people. We were designated to be a special people. We were designated to run under a specific set of laws, statutes, and commandments. When we don't operate out of those laws, statutes, and commandments, then we all out of order. We suffer for it. We suffer the Lord's anger. His anger, his fire kindles against us when we don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments that he gave us, that he didn't give nobody else. The Lord loves you, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. The other nations can't say that. And because they can't say that, they don't love you. Keep on.
Unto himself.
Unto himself. And what God ain't for everybody. He made everybody, but he only got one chosen people. He only got one nation. And that's us. That's the 12 tribes of Israel. Black, Hispanics, Native Indians, you Latinos. You are God's chosen people. Always for everybody. That Christian church teach you to be the biggest hoe there is.
That's right.
To teach you to prostitute yourself out there. Anybody that want to say they love you, that act like they love you. Show you any type of affection. Pat the little monkey, the dog on top of his head. Or you love him to the end of the earth. But the Most High said that you was a special people. But you don't want to be what the Most High said be.
Right.
You want to be what this oppressor tells you to be. You want to be the drug dealer like the oppressor tells you to be. You want to be a homosexual like the oppressor tells you to be.
Right.
You want to be a good American like the oppressor tells you to be. Keep going.
Right. Above all people. Above all people.
Below people.
All people.
Equal to the rest of the nation.
Above all people.
Above all people. The Most High didn't call us to be equal.